Hello everybody, and welcome to the World Sim Racing Competition, where any iRacer can enter a race hosted by us and win cold, hard cash. Now today we have an MX-5 race, the first ever. Matt, thank you for the follow, or Mait. And this is the first ever MX-5 race we have ever run, and the stakes are high today. It's a $25 prize pool for anyone that places in the top 3. That $25 prize pool gets split among the top 3. Yes sir, we're looking for some clean racing. That is what we want. And now they're on their outlap, as this is a rolling start. And the main goal of this outlap is just to get some heat into those tires. Anyone that's driven these MX-5s on iRacing know it feels like driving on ice. So you need to be extremely precise, extremely careful, and also get enough heat into those tires to make sure you're not slipping and sliding everywhere. When am I going to make another free entry race? We're probably looking at it to be sometime next week. For those wondering, this is a paid entry race. It was $5 entry fee to get in on it. Now as you can see, we're going around Rudskogen Motorsenter, which is one of the more technical tracks in the iRacing lineup. It was actually newly brought in only around a year ago, so we'll see what the racers are able to do with it. And first place is Ali so far with qualifying, second Gustavo, third Gal, fourth Harry, and fifth Joker. And I've got to say a quick call out here for first place Ali. I do love that livery. We've got a Shrek there, and that is just something different. You don't see that every day. What are you doing in my split? That is worth calling out. I love that. Yugi Renana, thank you for the follow. I may have destroyed your username there, but such is life. And we're coming now into the hairpin. I'm predicting that we will see a lot of overtakes into this corner. Turbo Willy, thank you for the follow. Crazy name, my friend. And yeah, the key thing here is when you're in P2 or P3, you want to make sure you don't get past the driver in P1. Because if you're just a little bit past them, when that green light goes, you'll end up getting a drive-through penalty, which in a short 15-minute race like this, that pretty much gets rid of any chances of placing high. So you just need to really be sure that you're not over keen and overshoot. And now as we come into the final turn of Rudskogen, Ali will be looking to try and get a good jump on the rest of the crew. He goes wide, he overshoots it a little bit. I'm not sure if that's actually a 1x, but we will see. And they are off for the first MX-5 race in the World Sim Racing Competition as they head into T1. Gustavo is right on Ali, Gal on Gustavo as well. No crashes so far into T1, everyone has maintained their positions. Ali in P1, Gustavo in P2, Gal in P3, Harry P4, and Jokum in P5. Now as they enter the high-speed, parabolic type corner, this is where the true skill needs to come out as you're almost sliding the car through this double apex corner. It's an extremely technical turn, and only the best can perform it at high speeds and high level, and it looks like everyone has gone through it fine. No position changes either. Gustavo is just looking to be in Ali's slipstream, try and make a move at potentially this hairpin, drop down the inside. So it'll be interesting to see whether Ali will look to play defensively, or if he thinks that that 0.4 second gap is enough to maintain his lead and maintain a normal racing line into this corner. It looks like Gustavo isn't taking any risks though, and keeping the normal line, not diving to the inside. Now this could be some strategy being played from Gustavo and Gal, because they know that P1, P2 and P3 all evenly get a share, a 33% share of the prize pool. So you have to wonder, are they willing to push it to get into a higher position for pride, or will they just maintain their spot to try and take home some cash? P3, P2 and P1 almost all get the exact same split. P1 gets 34%, P2 gets 33%, and P3 gets 33% as well. And it looks like the top 3 are all together, with Harry and Jokum lagging behind a little bit. All within 0.7 seconds actually, so this could be anyone's game, and you know, if these guys are true racers at heart, they're not just going to settle for being in P2 or P3. If they see an opportunity, and like Senna says, if they see a gap, they're going to go for it, because if not, you're not a true racer. And now back into the fast double apex, and it looks like Gal goes a little bit wide on that. But it's okay. Let's have a quick look at that. Suda, thank you for the follow. And let's just have a quick analysis of what happened here. So it looks like he broke, but he went a little bit wide when he broke. He went onto the slippery part of the track where all of the tire rubble is. So he just ended up going wide and not to his favor. And we're back though. That cost Gal a 1 second deficit, which is not what you want. And now, Gustavo is right on Ali. 0.2 seconds. Gustavo looks to the inside. But it's just a fake. He's trying to get into Ali's head. He's trying to play mind games with him. 0.1 second gap now. He is practically touching his bumper. Let's see if he tries to make any moves as they go around the parabolica. Or is he just going to play in his mind and stay extremely close behind him, hoping he misses his braking marker? Gustavo is on him like a magnet, but he isn't pulling to the side just yet. Now he's trying to use that slipstream to slingshot past Ali. He set the fastest time as well with the 1:33.490. He takes P1. They go side by side. Gustavo gives him some space and Ali is able to perform a beautiful, beautiful overtake. But Ali isn't taking it yet. Ali's saying, no, I'm not letting you pass that easy. He's now pulled to the side, as it looks like Gustavo and Ali will go side by side into the high-speed bend. Gustavo on the inside, Ali in the Shrek car. But it looks like Gustavo is able to maintain his lead that he just acquired a few seconds ago. Phenomenal racing from these two, very clean, no contact, you love to see it. It looks like Gal has dropped back a couple more seconds as well, with now a 3.3 second gap to P1. With Harry and Jokum with a 14 and 18 second as well. Once this battle cools down, I'll have a look at P4 and P5. But it looks like Gustavo has set the fastest time with a 1:33.49, blisteringly quick lap. Ali close behind with a 1:33.68, only 2/10 off our new leader. So we'll see, it's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this race, so will Ali be able to crawl his way back into P1, the position he earned fair and square during qualifying? Or will he just be satisfied with P2? 0.2 gap between P1 and P2, so it looks like Gustavo is extending it a little bit, but anyone that's raced knows the 0.5 seconds can turn into nothing very quickly with the slightest of errors. Let's have a quick look at P4 and P5, see what's happening. And we have Harry Shaw just cruising alone by himself. Unfortunately, 9-second gap to the next car in front and a 6-second gap to the car behind, Jokum. If you look at Jokum as well, just cruising. However, it looks like there's no damage to either Jokum or Harry's car. So, I don't think they got in a crash. Perhaps, maybe slightly off track and got into the rubble and slowed down a little bit. But it looks like in that time I was talking, Ali was able to reduce the gap a little bit. 0.2 seconds now, so from 0.6 to 0.4. Now it's 0.2. So Gustavo may be feeling the pressure. Maybe he overtook a little bit too early. Perhaps he should have waited later in the race, just before that last lap. It's all about strategy. And now once again, Ali is trying to get in Gustavo's head, moving into his mirrors, trying to be seen. He's trying to distract Gustavo during a braking point or a key cornering moment like hitting the apex, so he ensures that he's able to get the pass, force the mistake. It's one of the best strategies you can do in racing, and Ali seems to know what he's been doing. Same as Gustavo, because he used that like 1 or 2 laps ago to do the exact same thing. And we see Gal behind. Not too far, 4.8 seconds, so if Gustavo and Ali are fighting too hard, it could provide the opportunity for Gal to come through and sweep up position 2 or position 1. However, he is in P3 and he is still getting a 33% share if he's able to maintain that position. So he may be happy with exactly where he is now. Gustavo and Ali, 0.3 seconds. This looks like the fight to be watching during this race. These guys have been neck and neck the entire time. And for anyone that has just joined, this is the World Sim Racing competition, where any iRacer can join a hosted race run by us and win cash prizes. He is not letting off the gas. He is staying on his bumper. Ali in the Shrek car is doing what it takes to stay with the leader. Because he knows as soon as he loses that leader, as soon as he gets out of that slipstream, it's game over for him and his dreams of acquiring P1. Unless by fluke chance Gustavo crashes out, spins out, misses an apex, misses a braking point, or does something stupid which gives Ali the chance to pass. But in racing, you can never rely on someone else's mistakes. You have to always be the master of your own fate and control what you are doing. That's why he was trying to play mind games, getting in his mirror, making him feel uncertain. The whole goal is to get the car ahead of you, to constantly be checking their rear view, their side view mirrors, when they should be looking for their brake point instead. That's how you take advantage and get into the key points. Looks like Ali took a bit more curb than he wanted to there. We'll have a quick little replay of that. So heading into T1 now, you want to be very careful of this inner curb. So if you hit it too much, especially on a rainy day, you're going sliding. And here, as we can see, he gets a little bit of airtime, but it's nothing too crazy. Mate is asking for the dive bomb. And I can agree, that would be a great watch. But you have to really weigh up the odds here. Is it worth potentially crashing out yourself and P1 when you're guaranteed 33% of the prize pool in P2? It really just depends how much of a racer you are at heart. I know if it was me personally, I couldn't hold back, and I'll definitely be diving in on the inside if I had the chance. 0.2 second gap. Ali is basically on Gustavo's tail right now, so anything is possible coming into these final corners of this lap. That hairpin there, I am just waiting for a switchback to happen between one of these two guys. He is right on his tail. You can tell that these drivers are so evenly skilled. That's why an overtake is so difficult, because these guys are putting in lap times that are only 1/10 different from each other. Gustavo with a 33.49 and Ali with a 33.59. Literally only 1/10 difference between these two drivers. Gal falling a little bit further behind with a 7.7 second difference to P1. Harry with a 21 second difference to P1. And Joachim with a 34 second difference. Ali is glued to Gustavo's bumper, but it looks like Gustavo goes slightly wide. Is this the opportunity that Ali was looking for to take back P1? Gustavo moves to the inside to play defensively. Ali around the outside. Vex, thank you for the follow. And it looks like Ali takes a little bit of a wider line, perhaps trying to get a better exit coming into this uphill corner. But he is stuck behind Gustavo in the narrow S's of Rudskogen. What an exciting moment we just witnessed. I thought Ali was just going to be able to take it back, but it really shows that anything can happen in racing, and the slightest lapse in judgment and lapse in concentration will lead to a mistake that can be taken advantage of by the person behind. It was a close one indeed. That is what we want to watch. That is what we want to be seeing. And I'm sure we will see another moment of it soon. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes have gone by in this 15-minute race. Ali right on Gustavo's tail. You know he'll be... Oh, and he goes into the side of him. And we see them both crash out. This could be Gal's opportunity to get by. Let's have a quick replay of what happened there. It looks like Ali just got a bit too keen. He looks to the inside and he... That is unfortunate for both drivers, but exciting for the viewers. Has anything changed? No, it hasn't. Gustavo now has a 2.5 second lead. So luckily they had a large enough barrier between the cars behind them that none of them actually dropped positions. Gustavo still leading with a 2.6 second lead, and Gal has now reduced the gap to 2 seconds to Ali, second place, from 7 seconds. And John G, thank you for the follow. You don't see that very often. You can see that the shoulders are coming out, the elbows are coming out in this race when the prize pool is for grabs. Ali did sell. He just got a little bit too keen. It's tough when you're racing, when you're behind someone. 0.1 second gap for that long. It takes an immense amount of mental fortitude to not just dive in any chance you get. But racing is all about waiting for the opportune and prime moment. Unfortunately, Ali wasn't able to execute just then, but it was a great show nonetheless. Those two for any new racers, any new viewers that are joined, we're neck and neck for the past couple of laps, so it is insane. And mate's saying that he bet the insurance money on Ali, and I can see why. You know, wearing a Shrek livery, I'd be betting on him too. 2.2 second gap. I would be amazed if Ali is able to make a comeback now, but you never know. Gustavo could get a little bit in his own head and perform poorly. Being P1 is often a lot harder than people think because you need to set your own pace. And if you're not constantly checking your delta, not constantly checking your markers, your brake times, it's very easy to slack off because you've got no one to chase. So as long as Gustavo knows what he's doing, and he seems like a pretty experienced racer by this performance today, then he should have it in the bag, P1 in WSRC's first ever MX-5 race. For those that just joined, this is the World Sim Racing competition where any iRacer can join a hosted race by us and compete for cold hard cash. And now we have Jokum with a 40-second gap to P1, Harry with a 20-second gap, Gal 5.6, Ali 2.2, and Gustavo in P1. And thank you for the compliment on the commentary. It's new to me, but I'm trying my best. So we only have around about a minute 20 left in this race. So I would say these positions are pretty set in stone, but also nothing is guaranteed, right? So if we do a little bit of quick maths, $25, 33% each to P1, P2, and P3, that's looking at around, this could be embarrassing for me if I get this wrong, perhaps an 8 USD payout to each person, give or take a couple of cents. So it's not bad at all for these races, taking home some money after a fun race on Rudskogen Motorsenter in the MX-5. I'm sure Harry and Jokum will be looking to race next time and redeem their name. This is an extremely technical chat. $8.25. You know what? I'll take that mental maths. Very close. Cheers for the calc. Calc is short for calculation, by the way, in case you didn't know. Anyone who gets that reference, good job. And it looks like Gal, whose best time was a 34.59, 1 second difference to P1 and P2. Harry's best time was a 35.479, which is a 2 second difference. And Jokum with a 137.510 with a 4 second difference. All of them getting in the 4s or 5s for the millisecond, so that's an interesting little quirk. And it looks like they will probably be heading into their last lap coming up soon. I believe the white flag will be raised as they come across the final corner. Still in their positions, Gustavo first, Ali second. I did just say that. Sometimes you have to pull out the memes, it is what it is. And this has been an exciting race. This is the first time we've had a crash out in a World Sim Racing competition. For those that don't know, calc stands for calculation. Yeah, just for the new people. And as we head into the final corner, Gustavo still in first place, Ali in second place, Gal in third place. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the end of the race. Gustavo going side by side, having a victory lap enjoyment as he crosses the checkered flag. Gustavo in P1, Ali in P2, Gal in P3, Harry in P4, and Jokum in P5. That was a fun race, a great race to watch. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we're actually having another race in around 30 minutes. I'll be live once more for an F4 race on Rudskogen Motorsenter. So if you're keen, tune in for that. Good job to all of the racers. Congrats to Gustavo, Ali, and Gal for securing some cash, having a good race. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Pretty Sky, your race is tomorrow. I look forward to commentating and seeing how you go. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you in around 30 minutes time.